supervisor. But yes, and then the other thing which I think is a bit sad that she had to, with the reporting bit, I think that was a bit...
it wasn't approached all that well, was it?
Wasn't, because really if there's something really illegal, yes, of course it needs to be reported, but if the supervisor has an issue that she needs to discuss or clarify and maybe has to make the mistake, it's not nothing, I mean it couldn't be that bad, it has to be reported up or something.
Yeah, I think she needs to feel safe in that environment.
Exactly, otherwise I think it's useless.
Yeah, totally.
From my point of view.
Yep, good point. Well, would you like to just do a quick role play of setting up an initial supervisory relationship, just like what we saw there, but between me and you, just so you have an
am I the
opportunity?
supervisor or supervisee?
Yeah, I'll be the supervisee,
Okay.
so you can try and establish a relationship with me and we'll see what happens. And then it might not work out so well, so that'll give us some opportunities to discuss what we can do better next time.
Okay,
or maybe
good.
you do it really well. That's
Okay.
good. And I'll give you this. This is just some information from your workbook which gives you some pointers on what questions you might find useful and topics useful to discuss.
Okay.
And you have the contract here as well, which we could use if you feel like you want to, but like you said, sometimes too much paperwork isn't so great.
It's heaps of paperwork. So, yes, good morning, Sheree.
Hello.
Hi. It's great that you could come. So you've decided to enter into a clinical supervision relationship with me.
Yes, thanks.
It is recommended that we sort of establish a few rules before we start off, so we all know where we are standing and have something to be guided by. Have you had any supervisory sort of relationships before?
Not anything formal, just I guess just hallway conversations and just discussing things with my manager, but nothing as structured as clinical supervision, which is really what I think I need.
Okay, so what would you like to get out of it then?
I just would like to have a bit more of a structured session, or at least to allow me to allocate some time to clinical supervision rather than just doing caseload all the time, just giving me an opportunity to reflect on my practice and have someone else there as well to just give me some more motivation and tips and things.
Okay, so have you got anything in mind how you would like to set it up?
I guess we have to find something that works well for both of us so that it doesn't take too much time out of our day and that I guess we're making the best use of time.
So
That's what time for.
Here we are. So how often would you like to meet?
I think once a month will be enough.
Yeah, that sounds great. So we'll agree on meeting once a month.
Yeah.
And then how long do you think you would like the sessions to be?
I think maybe half an hour.
Half an hour? Okay.
Yeah, maybe,
you think that's enough?
Maybe an hour would be good if
Maybe we should do an hour.
Yeah.
Like that's
that
just
would be
from
suitable.
past experience. But then we should be. So an hour once a month.
That would be fantastic.
And we probably need to decide on the day.
Yeah. What day would suit you best?
Maybe we do Wednesday mornings.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
9 o'clock?
Yeah,
Does that suit?
That's
Excellent.
great.
Okay, so that's established. And then how shall we structure the meetings? Have you got something in mind there?
I was thinking, I guess I could come up with an issue that I've really been thinking about that I would like to discuss, and hopefully I'll have done some work on that beforehand so that it's not just all fresh in my mind, just some thoughts that I've had, and then we could brainstorm some stuff.
And maybe reflected on it in maybe going back and maybe having some a look at maybe past research maybe even in that area.
That's a good idea.
And maybe bring that with you.
Yep, excellent.
And
That's
then we
something
can look
to
at it together.
Yep, perfect.
I'm just wondering whether it might be worthwhile because I think that would be fine, and you can just tell me what you've come up with,
Yep.
and maybe actually we and then actually to be beneficial maybe because I will be thrown into the deep end in a way because we could then in the next meeting even just review it again.
Yeah. See how
And maybe I can go back and have a look myself and see if I can find something else, and then we can just maybe summarize everything.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
And have that as our final reflection and
Yeah.
progress from there. And then we have in the second meeting the next issue.
Yep.
Or
That's a
whatever
great
you want to
idea.
bring to that session.
Cool.
So we both get some homework.
Yeah, I like that. That's great.
Okay, and maybe in those meetings, so is there anything else you'd like to discuss in those meetings?
No, I think that's all for now, but I guess we'll see what happens as the things go
Okay.
on.
That sounds great. And we should write things down, like
Mhm.
maybe when you work on your case,
Yeah, I'll be
maybe
right.
summarize it.
Okay.
And I think keep track of when we met, what topics were discussed, and maybe copy the case and any maybe let's see how we go, but we don't want to have reams of paper.
No, yeah.
And
Maybe if we could scan it and save
scan it, or maybe even if we do it online and have a file online, rather than having all this
Sounds
paperwork.
I'll bring my laptop.
And enter into it, and then we can even share information that way.
Yeah, excellent. That sounds really good.
Okay.
Cool.
Is there anything else we've missed?
No, that sounds good. Thank
Okay.
you.
Good. Look forward to it.
Alright. So how did that feel? Did that feel natural or a bit structured or?
Natural, because I basically got you to tell me what you wanted to do.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because it's really about you, not me.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, and you still covered all the important things like record keeping and stuff, so goal setting.
Yes.
Perfect.
Good.
Do you think you'd do something differently next time?
I think I probably would nut out how we actually keep record of things a bit more for myself, like just to get a clear idea, or just in conjunction with you, what
Yeah.
would be practical.
I guess in
Maybe
real
in a
life,
Dropbox we can both enter
yeah.
into and add
Okay.
stuff and access, something like that.
Perfect. What a good idea. I guess in real life you'd have a bit more opportunity to nut things out and a bit more
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Cool. So I'll just go back to our outcomes for today. Do you feel confident that you could coordinate an initial session with
Yes.
the supervisee? Yep, including the contracting, setting goals, confidentiality, record keeping.
Yes.
Perfect. So good job. Thanks, Marita.
No worries, you're welcome.
And for next session, we'll be looking at facilitating reflective practice in clinical supervision. And I have a feedback form here, if you could just fill that out for me so that I know what I need to work on for next time.
Okay.
Thanks, Marita.